All right, dear students, I hope you're doing well. Today we're going to talk about something really important that is called the importance of units in science. So, why are units so important when talking about science? Okay, let us approach this subject. Importance of units in science. All right, so imagine you're building something very important like a spaceship, like this one that you find here. Okay, so everything has to be made perfectly for it to work correctly. Okay, now what would happen if some people used one way of measuring things and others used another way to measure the same things? Right? That's exactly what happened with the spaceship called the Mars Climate Orbiter. That is this one you find here, right? So the Mars Climate Orbiter was a spacecraft that NASA scientists sent to Mars in 1998 to study the weather. When I say the weather, I mean the climate and atmosphere on the red planet. Okay. Okay, so everything was going well but in 1999, spacecraft was lost. Why? Okay, so that was one of the questions that scientists and engineers formulated, and the reason was that they were using, when I say they, I mean scientists and engineers, different units of measurement. So the scientists in the United States were using a system that was called the imperial unit system, right? And this system uses inches, like this one that you see here. For example, in this case, we can say that we have like a quarter, 2 quarters, that is the half. And this would be 3 quarters. Finally, 4 quarters, that completes the whole unit now. But if you compare the inches in the imperial system to that one that is in the metric system, um, obviously the difference is notorious. So it's crucial to understand that both work with different units, right? Even though these both units are to measure things. So in this case, we use centimeters, whereas in the imperial system, we're going to use inches, right? So the scientists in the United States, scientists were using the system, right? But the other scientists were using the metric system, which uses meters, grams, and liters, right? And it is like if someone was measuring in centimeters and another person was measuring in inches. So they're both measuring, but they're not using the same system. Because of this mistake, spacecraft received the wrong instructions. Okay, so here we have like a comparative framework that basically shows us the difference between these two systems. Okay. Okay, so as I told you, because of this mistake, the spacecraft received the wrong instructions and ended up flying too close to Mars' atmosphere. This caused it to burn up and obviously to be lost forever. All right, this accident that was, this is a costed like 125 million. That was 125 million dollars, right? So give me a second where we can locate the Mars Climate Orbiter, right? It was crashed due to imperial metric unit system when when it was mixed up. All right, so here, basically, okay, financially speaking, the NASA suffered basically a loss of $125 million, right? Here we have like a short message. So And it all happened because I didn't use the same units, right? So this is why it's so important in science to use the same measurement system. Okay, so let us reflect on this, right? After that, he had to face a press conferences, like to explain what was their mistake, plus and all the conditions they have been going through. And okay, so okay, so today I would like to throw at you some reflections. Okay, the first one is that remember the units in science must be consistent. So when we work in the laboratory, it's better to verify that these units are consistent, right? That's why, for example, if I ask you to measure the density, you got to be coherent with it, right? So you know that density equals mass over volume, right? So by the way, you're going to say that if you analyze it dimensionally speaking, you're going to say that mass is measured in grams, volume measured in liters, but in this case, if we're using grams, we're going to be using milliliters. So grams over milliliters will be the measure of density in this case. All right, it can vary, but that's the idea, right? To be coherent. Okay. The second teaching is that this metric system is used in most of the world because it's easier to understand. So the metric system is is basically most popular, right? The most popular. All right. So finally, when scientists don't use the same units, horrible things can occur, can happen. Okay. So it's better to work on this in the science program. Okay, so that's all. I hope you have understood everything what I explained. If you have any question, we can check them out. See you guys.